18 is represented by Chai, right? Chai is life. I can't think of a better word for Rabbi Peltz in this moment, right? That he's the life blood of TBS.
I feel so fortunate that we have grown up together here. For both of us, this is our first pulpit out of the Jewish Theological Seminary, and it's so rare in the Jewish world that a rabbi and a cantor would end up at the same place all these years.
He really owns this bima, and he's been great in every education setting that we have. What I didn't know at the time, he would become the terrific leader he is for the congregation.
Rabbi Peltz is my sounding board and my go-to person if I need an opinion or if I have an idea for a project. I have found his guidance and support to be immeasurable.
I think the personal part is really important because we're lucky enough to have someone with Rabbi Peltz's neshama so that you feel you could talk to him about probably any kind of topic. And he's there for you for the good times to share and those that are sad.
When he stands in front of the room at a family program and says, this is what happens with my family, and this is how we've created this deep connection to our tradition and to mitzvot and to the holidays, and follow me is basically what he's saying, and our families do. And that has helped us grow with a deep connection to our traditions, to our holidays, to tefillah, to prayer, to Torah.
It's a huge place and getting bigger by the day. And he's always said from the beginning that the goal is to make a huge place feel small and feel personal.
Rabbi Peltz made being Jewish fun. But when you had Rabbi Peltz there, who did everything that he could to make sure that the students were engaged, but also enjoyed learning about their Jewish history, and you wanted to come to the next class because you didn't want to miss something that he said.
In 2019, we had the pleasure of joining a family trip with our 14 members of our family to Israel.
Our grandchildren still talk about these kinds of experiences they had, and it was really due to Rabbi Peltz's perspective on things that we would have never really been exposed to. His knowledge base, his sense of humor made this trip so special.
I kind of figured there'd be no one better at TBS to run point on the conversion than Rabbi Peltz.
We had some meetings and Rabbi Peltz always made it like an open space, like where we can just talk and get to know each other and like the values of Judaism.
I kind of look at it like a full circle, just starting at TBS and confirmation trip together, and obviously, being part of, one of the happiest things for me, my wife converting in our marriage.
This summer, my father became ill. My father is 97. Rabbi Peltz this summer was in Israel and heard my father was in the hospital and literally came right from the airport to my father's hospital room. And when Rabbi Peltz walked into the room, my father, lit up, and his first words was, "I love this guy." And that's the feeling that my father had towards Rabbi Peltz, and in a way, our whole family has towards Rabbi Peltz.
Having Rabbi Peltz officiate my wedding honestly just meant the world to me. We went for lessons before, like the pre-wedding appointments or meetings. He knew my wife's family front and back. Every time we went, it was, how's your sister doing? How's your parents? All these things, and just made a conscious effort to make her feel like she had the same relationship. And I think for me, that just speaks volumes about him as a person.
You know, we have a large congregation, we serve a lot of different populations, and he's able to connect on every level. So one day he might be doing an early childhood Shabbat, where we have 4 special Shabbat families, and he's celebrating a 2nd birthday and a 3rd birthday. And then in the afternoon, you might see him at a Chazak event with our older congregants, and he's able to do that seamlessly.
I think his vision is one of growth in many ways. Not just growth of our membership, but growth of our mission, of learning, of educating, of growth spiritually.
People trust him, people confide in him, and I think using those relationships and those strengths that he's created there has helped him create a flourishing congregation that continues to grow. Our schools are busting at the seams. If you look at our services are packed and our holiday celebrations are packed.
He and I sat together and we talked about this and came up with a plan. And the plan was that he would become the senior rabbi and I would become the emeritus rabbi. If he was the senior rabbi, he really had to be in that position. And everybody accepted it. Not only accepted it, but embraced it. And I will tell you that it has become a model for the movement. People have come to us to talk about how we were able to do that. And the real answer to how we were able to do that is because Rabbi Micah Peltz was willing to try something that was innovative.
He's always 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of everyone else on our team, in our community, and that's a true sign of leadership. Not just what are we going to do today, what are we going to do tomorrow, what are we going to do next week, what are we going to do next year. And he showed that in tremendous ways in how we pivoted through the early days and months of COVID. He showed that in our immediate response in support of Israel after October 7th. He's shown that in the way that he's navigated leading the staff, leading the community, and the pastoral work that he's done.
Rabbi Peltz has his finger on the pulse of what's going on from a conservative rabbinic point of view, but also on a cultural and philosophical point of view. He's the right guy at the right time for the right synagogue.
I'm excited about the future under Rabbi Peltz's leadership, especially having a young family here at TBS. I see what is happening in the congregation and the schools, and I know that it's only going to go up from here. We're only growing right now. We are lucky, and we're in this beautiful community. It is warm, it is welcoming, and we are committed to our Jewish ideals, and I know it's only going to get bigger from here. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what's next.
He's able to look at planning for years ahead, thinking about things around the building, thinking about the way we manage a team and staff and bring people together and work as a group. He's a tremendous leader and manager, and that's a real skill that I think oftentimes happens behind the scenes, people don't necessarily see, has really helped to make TBS what it is today.
What do I see for the future? I think we're going to continue to grow. I think we're going to continue to innovate. He has a great way of working with the staff. I think that he knows how to use the strengths that each individual brings to the table. And I think that this congregation's future as one of the leaders in the movement is secure because of Rabbi Peltz's presence here.
Mazal tov. I'm glad to be on this journey with you. And here's to many more years together with this team in this beautiful shul.